Real estate versus Bitcoin. Which one should you invest in 2025? I see this topic come up a lot on YouTube and social media, so I thought I'd give my own thoughts. Real estate has made plenty of millionaires, but so has Bitcoin. But which one actually gives you more freedom? Which one is the better investment in 2025 and beyond? Let's break it down. Let's talk about real estate first. Real estate is a physical asset. You can touch it, you can live in it, and you can rent it out. The banks love it. You can get leverage through mortgages. Historically, housing prices have always gone up over the long term. Tenants can also be a great source of passive income if you do it properly. It's important to keep in mind, buying a house to live in and buying a house just for an investment are two completely different things. Buying a house to live in is not an investment. It doesn't make you any money. Instead, it costs you money. Mortgage interest, maintenance fees, council rates, repair fees, all of that is liability. If you're buying a house just to live in it, it's not an asset. It's just something that's going to tie you down for the next 30 years. Renting, on the other hand, is much more flexible. You can move cities, move countries, move wherever at a moment's notice. You're not tied down anywhere. And in most cases, rent is cheaper than a mortgage. If you're smart, you work hard, and you invest all your spare cash into Bitcoin, you'll be better off in the long term, especially early on in life. If you're 18, 19, early or mid-20s, the person who rents and stacks Bitcoin will definitely outperform the person who buys a house at 25 and stays tied to it for the next 30 years. Real estate, whether you're buying to live in or just buying for investment, it's expensive to get into. It's a big upfront cost. On top of that, you have maintenance, property taxes, insurance. Liquidity is also a nightmare. You can't sell a house over the weekend. Tenants can also be a nightmare, and government control is heavy. Tax rule changes, interest rate spikes. You're always going to be at their mercy. On the other hand, you have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 100% digital. You can store it on a USB stick or just memorize your seed phrase. It has a fixed supply of 21 million. No more will ever be created. No one can inflate it. It's a global money, censorship resistant and borderless. There's no paperwork involved, no middlemen, no banks. It's easy to buy, easy to sell. The markets are open 24/7, and it can go anywhere with you, across countries, across the ocean, across borders, and over the long term, it's deflationary, especially if adoption grows. Bitcoin is volatile in the short term, and most people still don't understand it. You have to take custody of your own coins. You can't rely on exchanges or third parties to hold it for you. That's a huge responsibility, especially for older people or people who aren't too tech savvy. And there's no physical utility either. You can't hold it, you can't grab it, and you can't live in it like a house. The argument for buying an investment property is the steady cash flow that you can get from tenants. That weekly income, after taxes, after expenses, after all the fees, how much of it is actually profit? And keep in mind, it has to go towards the mortgage as well. And like I said earlier, if you're living in the house, you don't get any income. You only get expenses. Bitcoin doesn't have any passive income either, but it does have massive potential for growth. You're betting on capital appreciation. If we look at Bitcoin's track record, over the last 10 years, it's blown every other asset out of the water. Think about it. What's a couple $100 in rent every week when you have an asset that can potentially 3x, 5x, or 10x your money in the long term? With real estate, you can leverage against it, but that comes with risk. If the market dips, or if the rates rise, then you're in trouble. Real estate isn't as liquid either. It can take months to sell. There's lots of middlemen, and lots of hidden fees, and lots of taxes. On the other hand, Bitcoin is fully liquid. You can buy or sell whenever you want. There's no gatekeepers. It's just you and the network. With Bitcoin, you can also borrow against it, but I would argue that borrowing against Bitcoin is riskier than leveraging real estate due to the volatility. With housing, governments can tax it, they can freeze it, they can change the rules, they can even confiscate it. It's always tied to your identity and your location. It's an asset that's always inside the system. With Bitcoin, you can take full custody over it, full ownership. The coins are completely within your control. No government can touch it if you store it right, if you take everything offline, cold storage, multi-signature. It can't be inflated, it can't be seized, it can't be controlled. It's the perfect asset for those who care about freedom, mobility, and privacy. To sum up my thoughts, real estate is the old system. In the past, it's made a lot of people rich. Housing was cheaper back then. Everything was more affordable. Rent, groceries, cars, everything was cheaper. It was much easier to get in. Real estate still works, but it's a slow investment. It's bureaucratic, it's heavily taxed, and it's an asset that's always tied to the system. Bitcoin is the new system. It's fast, it's borderless, it's liquid, and it's still very, very early, with lots of room to grow. In Australia, everyone seems to think that renting is stupid and you should always own your own property. The mentality is, why would you pay for someone else's mortgage? If you think a little deeper, every time you spend money, you're indirectly paying for someone else's mortgage. When you spend money at a restaurant, that money goes towards the restaurant's rent, which is someone's mortgage. Every time you clock in at work, you're indirectly paying for the CEO's mortgage when you generate the company some revenue. Whenever you buy groceries, the money eventually goes to the CEO's mortgage. Every single dollar that you spend within the system eventually goes to someone's mortgage. Renting is not throwing money away if you're investing it somewhere else. Owning a house isn't always the dream. Sometimes it's the trap. Financial freedom isn't about owning a house. It's about owning your time. Real estate has made people rich. Bitcoin has also made people rich. This is what you need to ask yourself. What kind of investment are you looking for? Do you want an investment that grows slowly but produces stable income? If that's the case, real estate might be for you. Do you want an investment that has strong upside, provides you freedom, and provides you global mobility? If that's the case, then Bitcoin might be for you. In my opinion though, in the long term, the world is heading towards a digital age. The world favors speed, decentralization, and sovereignty. And I think Bitcoin is the investment to make. There is no second best. Anyways, that's it from me today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. Let me know in the comments below. Are you a real estate person, or are you more like me and you prefer the digital assets? If you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe and follow the channel. I'll be uploading more soon. Thank you for watching, and take care.